It is a Wednesday morning in Knoxville, Iowa. We are coming to you live from Pine Knolls Golf Club here in Knoxville, getting set for the Class 3A Sectionals, featuring, of course, the host Panthers as well as 7 other teams getting postseason golf underway here today on a fantastic Wednesday for us. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dewayne Cook. Alongside me, Carson Utermark, former Knoxville Panther himself, here today to help us out with a coverage of what you see behind us. This is the par 3 7th, a full downhill shot for our gentlemen in attendance today. Carson, we've got 48 individual golfers here, 8 teams today. It ought to be another great day on the course.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the boys play. I was out here yesterday. Course is in great condition. I think they're going to play it down, so they're going to have to play the course and try to make some birdies.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this hole here. I had the opportunity last year with you guys before state to get a little feel here for number 7, but that's been my only time. And so the way our format is today, with this being a 9-hole course, our golfers will start on the blue tees and then head to the white tees from the front and back 9. So what's the look on both sides?
I would say the white tees is actually a harder shot for me, I guess. It plays shorter, so you tell yourself you should have hit a better shot. Sure. But I don't know, it plays quite a bit downhill. Feels a little downwind today too, so we'll see if we hopefully see some great shots and hopefully some birdies today.
Yeah, wind is going to be just a little breezy here and there, nothing that's going to be out of the ordinary. Very, very calm for a mid-May day here in central Iowa, south central Iowa, that's for sure. Team-wise here in attendance today, new this year from the Iowa High School Athletic Association, the top 3 teams, regardless of who is hosting, is going to move on to next week's district final, and then the top 2 individuals from the non-qualifying teams will also get to move forward. And in this case, from this sectional, they'll be headed up to Waverly coming up next Monday. So team-wise here today, Carson, obviously, we got to talk about the Panthers. Have already played this course, they're familiar with this course, they practice on it. That's a huge advantage.
Yeah, I would say those guys have been out here every night for the past 2 months probably, and they've got some confidence. They kind of struggled at conference a little bit, and getting back on your home course should build a little bit of confidence and hopefully move on to the next round. And they can do it. They know they can do it, so they just got to calm down and, play their game, and they'll be fine.
Panthers shot a 294 as a team here back on May 3rd as part of the home invitational, so a fantastic score there for Knoxville. Elsewhere, we're looking at a couple of teams out of the Little Hawkeye that will certainly make some noise. Pella's always very strong from over here in Marion County, not to mention Newton has had several fantastic rounds this year. And a little bit of a sleeper here perhaps is that 4th team that maybe can creep up here into the top 3. It wouldn't surprise me at the end of the day, is Sheraton from the South Central Conference. They can be sneaky good.
Yeah, I played with their one Jace quite a bit last year, and he always knew that they could kind of play golf, but they kind of just never really were that serious about it. And watching some of their guys at conference, they could definitely post a good score. But yeah, it's a tough field, and I think Knoxville's thankful that they're at home for sure.
Absolutely. And actually, from that perspective, you as a freshman and a sophomore, you got to play here for sectionals to get your feet wet in postseason action. How big of an advantage did you feel that was for you, and you think it is for these guys?
Yeah, I think as a freshman, obviously the younger guys, you're always nervous for this type of thing, and being on a course that the tee shots, the second shots, the greens, it's definitely comforting a little bit, but sure, there's obviously still nerves, and once you get through the first hole, you kind of settle in and play your game.
The Panthers have been to 4 straight state tournaments in Class 3A. They'd love to make it 5. It all starts here today at Sectionals on the home course at Pine Knolls. We are coming up here on our first grouping, getting to the tee here at number 7, so stay tuned. We will begin our live coverage of the par 3 7th hole here at Pine Knolls Golf Club on Go Knoxville TV, powered by People's Bank. Halfway through today's Class 3A Boys Golf Sectional at Pine Knolls Golf Club in Knoxville, Iowa. We welcome you back on Go Knoxville TV, powered by People's Bank, where you get service you expect from people you trust. Member FDIC, their location here in Knoxville at 413 East Main Street. I'm Dewayne Cook, Panther alum Carson Utermark joining us on the mic here today. Carson, through all 12 groups, 1 time down from the blue tees. What are your thoughts on the guys we've got out here today and the competition we've seen?
Yeah, a lot of good shots, a lot of safe shots, approaching it, trying to avoid the big numbers, which is a very good strategy. But it kind of showed its teeth a little bit, showed what can happen, but also you had a good tee shot. It also shows that you can make a really good score here. So we'll see how they do from the whites.
Speaking of, that's the view we have now for you, is from behind the white tees here at the par 3 7th. And also with that, the golfers, as well as you folks watching with us, will have an even better view from up here at the tee box of what we're shooting towards here down the green. And also, Carson gives you and I a better perspective, too, on what we're looking at versus having to wait on the shot from the one and only Jimmy Ott II, who has been doing a great job on our iHealth Solutions high-definition camera today up above the green. So this grouping, again, we saw earlier today, featuring Knoxville's Urban Ziller, Fairfield's Voss Richardson, Pella's Patrick Bishara, and Centerville's Chase Powers. And it was in the first group, Urban Ziller, that carded the par here for this foursome. Bishara and Richardson both with fours, and Powers took a double bogey to open, well, for the second hole to open his round. These guys started their day on 6, so this will officially be a little over the halfway point for this group.
A little warmer out here in the sun.
It is, yeah. We were able to hang out in the shade a little bit there when we were playing the blue tees of a nice tree that's situated behind the tee box. But now, along with our equipment, Carson and I have moved out and should get a great view of Chase Powers, who is ready on the tee. So Card has this one, Carson, at 127 from the white tees, the front pin placement today.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's playing 115 or even 110 with that wind.
Wind has actually switched again. It's left to right here now for our golfers. Powers going to let the gust go by. Probably a smart decision. Really nice. Let that wind funnel it back to the right. Just long. Yep, sure was. Back left side over by the bunker, but he's in green grass, so he can chip that. It'll just be a little fast coming down the hill. Now Urban Ziller, we said, with a par on his first go-around here at 7. Pushing right. I didn't see it come down, but as you can tell from his reaction, he knew it was right, and he got it on the green. Carson, he's over on the far edge of the green to the right-hand side, so Ziller will have putter in hand for his second shot. Up at the top, Patrick Bishara from Pella. This one looks good if it's got enough.
Just short, I think.
Yep, down in front. With good control, should be a relatively fine up and down for Pella's Bishara. And last to go here with the group is Fairfield's Voss Richardson. Towards the middle of the green, and that's precisely where it'll land. Runs out a little bit to the right for Voss, but overall, can't argue with having putter in hand for your second here at the par 3 7th. Our group makes their way off the screen, and we'll be headed down the slope here at number 7. Special thank you to the Knoxville Booster Club, dedicated to promoting and encouraging activities of students in the Knoxville Community School District. Proud to support the Panthers and our coverage here on the home of Knoxville High School activities. Go Knoxville TV. So we've talked a lot about Carson's high school accomplishments, being a part of the 4-time straight state tournament appearance Panther boys teams, including a runner-up finish his junior year. But Carson has since, along with his high school teammate, now college teammate, Evan Smith, gone up to Orange City and is a member of the Northwestern Raiders. Let's put a little change to that. The GPAC champion Northwestern Raiders men's golf team there, and they are headed on to nationals coming up here this next week. Nationals, is that what Evan was telling
Sunday.
us? Headed up to Silvis, Illinois, to TPC Deer Run. That'll be quite a course to enjoy. Carson, you've been doing a lot of media work with the golf program this spring. Evan's been making a lot of noise here as a freshman, too, with the Raiders. I know you don't want to give them too much credit back there in the clubhouse. They've got it on in there, but still it's been fun to continue on, I'm sure, with your athletic and your academic career.
Yeah, it was cool to, he went through a little adversity this offseason with surgery, and, he's never really been behind the 8-ball in golf. So, I mean, he kept a good attitude about it and went through his rehab, and obviously he's got it back now, and he's back to the Evan that we all know and love. So, yeah, it was fun to room with him, and we never really had any arguments or anything, so that was pretty good. And being lifelong friends helps too. So
that chip shot from Bishara up front comes up about 4 feet or so shy on the front. He'll have an uphill putt for a par. This is Powers from the backside with his second, a slippery little chip. Careful, careful. And that does, for Chase, roll off the front. It is hard if you get it moving too much in that direction to stop it at the front of the green. So Chase going to have to keep wedge in hand for his third. And curious to see if Urban waits for his second or if he'll have Powers play his third. Ziller's putt should also give Richardson a pretty good idea what it may do from the right. It will be Powers to play first. So this Centerville's Chase Powers with his third shot. Caught that slope and just deadened. Now Urban ready for a long birdie. Comes up short for Ziller. Still a cart length away from a par, which would be his third or second 3 here today. Fairfield's Voss Richardson. After sticking one on for a green in regulation. I didn't give that one enough.
been a common theme once again.
Well short. Without a doubt. Everyone from the right. I think we've seen one putt from more than 10 feet on the right-hand side that was sank, and it was by, oh gosh, now I put myself on the spot. I think it was Bisick from Pella.
From Pella, yep.
So Powers will go first with his fourth. First time with putter in hand here on the par 3 7th, and his second attempt. He certainly gave it a ride, but it never fell to the left as he seemed to anticipate. So that should be a knock-in 6 coming for Chase Powers of Centerville. In the meantime, Bishara from Pella with his third. Should be another one you can be pretty aggressive with. He was, and it is, down in the cup for a 3. See if Ziller and Richardson can match here with par putt opportunities. Just skirts the edge as we see that last foot or so, even half a foot, Carson. It just trickles down to the front of this cup. Now Richardson for 3. That one stayed up. I think he saw Ziller's putt and how it cut at the end with a little bit of a slower pace, Carson, and thought he needed to add a little more to it and never let it get to that little break. Here's Powers for a 6. He pumps it in. And Richardson for a 4. He sinks it. So our first group of the day, second time through, wraps up play here on 7.